Hey guys, hope you're all doing good. In this video, we are going to assemble all the components of the machine device that we have been creating so far. So to start with, we are going to click on File, New, and select Assembly, click OK. And then we are going to click on Browse, and then we are going to select all the 4 components. So let's just select the bench-wise base, and let's click to insert it. And as I mentioned in the last video, when you insert the first component, it's going to be fixed, which means you cannot move it. So to check this out, you can click on it and try to drag it, but it's not going to move. So that is why we are saying that it's fixed. To fix this, or to actually make it unfixed, right click and select the float option. So now you will be able to click and drag or even rotate this particular component. Now we are going to go to Assembly, Insert Components, and click on Browse again. So this time we are going to be selecting the screw component of the bench-wise. So now what we are going to do is we are going to first click on our bench-wise base and select its origin, select our assembly origin and click on coincident. There is another way to do it. So you can basically use the mate option and you can select the assembly origin and also the part origin, and you can do a coincident mate, right? So but that's just another way to do it, right? Since we have already done it, so let's just hit close to exit out of this option. So next, we want our screw to basically to go inside the nut that we have created. So we are going to go to mate and we are going to go to mechanical mates and make sure that you have cleared all the selections. Select screw mate and first select your faces here. Alright, the faces of your thread, and we are going to select another face on the screw. So this is going to basically mate the screw and the nut perfectly. Now what you can do is you can actually rotate the screw so that it mates perfectly at the desired location. So for example, if you type in 1 or 2 here, then the screw is going to get rotated by 360 degrees and it's going to proceed into the thread accordingly. If you put in 10, then it's going to basically rotate up 10 revolutions or 3600 degrees and the screw would proceed in accordingly. Similarly, you have an option to provide a pitch, which is basically the amount of distance the screw travels per revolution, right? So for each 360 degree rotation, it's going to travel 25 millimeters. So let's just click on OK for now and make sure that our unit systems is in millimeters so that we are consistent. So next we are going to basically insert the slider, which is mounted on the moving job. So let's basically select the slider and just place it somewhere. Now we are going to be aligning this guy as well, right? So we want this to be inside our stationary component. Now one thing I have forgotten here is to draw a hole on our slider, so we need to create a hole first. So let's right click and click on open part. So this is going to open that particular part file and we are going to add a hole here. So let's select this face, create a new sketch and then hit Ctrl 8 to view it in the normal direction, and then we are going to use the circle tool and we are just going to click on the face and drag it out. Now hit escape, select the origin and the center of the circle and apply a vertical constraint. Now we are going to use the shortcut key S to provide dimensions. Select the center and the origin and type in a value of 21.25 millimeters. And similarly, the diameter of the circle needs to be 9.5 millimeters. So let's exit the sketch. And what we are going to do right now is we are going to click on the sketch and use extruded cut and type in a value of 5 mm. We do this because we know that the thickness of that particular face or plate is 5 millimeters. So now let us save this particular component and click on S, because this would automatically update this particular component in the assembly. And now if you see here, you can see that our screw appears in the right location. Now initially your slider is not going to match exactly with the screw, so we need to basically create additional mates. So we are going to select this particular face of the slider and we are going to provide an offset mate. So let's click on mate and we are going to select this inner face and the outer face of the slider and we are going to provide a distance mate or an offset mate, and we are going to type in a value of 0.5 mm, right? So this basically aligns our slider along one direction, and then we select this particular face and you can actually move it upwards. So next what we are going to do is we are going to select this particular face, and we are going to select this particular face, and we are going to provide an offset mate again, or a distance mate, and we are going to type in a value of 0.25 millimeters, sorry, 0.5 millimeters. So let's click on OK, and you can see that our screw and slider are kind of moving independently, right? This should not happen. So to fix this, we are going to give a coincident mate. So select this particular face, right? So let's select this face, and we're going to select this particular face. So this way it's going to create a coincident mate, and click on OK. Hit escape, and now if you try to rotate this particular screw, just using your mouse pointer, the slider is going to move automatically, and you can check it in both directions, and you can kind of see that we have assembled it perfectly. The final thing that needs to be done here is to insert the handle. So we're going to click on insert component, browse, and select our handle, and we are going to insert it. So what we are going to do is we are going to select this particular face and say this face, and we're going to click coincident. All right, and we're going to select this particular face and the corresponding face on the nut, and use coincident again. Looks like that did not work. Let me select one more face, the side face and the side face here, and click on coincident again. There you go. And finally we select the top faces, do coincident again to align the handle perfectly. So now if you rotate the handle, you can see that the machine wise works perfectly. You can do it both clockwise or anti-clockwise to check this out. With that, I would like to conclude this video. In the next video, we will be learning how to set up the motion analysis. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.